What's up, y'all? My name is Shamier. I'm the CEO of 42 Strategic Solutions. I've been in the financial services industry for about since 2008, so about 16 years and counting. Um, Getting into this industry was kind of like secondary, voluntary for me since I'm the youngest of three kids. And my two elder sisters were also in the financial services industry. And I kind of, looked up to them growing up. So it was a, easy decision for me, no brainer for me to get into this industry since I saw them and I was very passionate on the difference they were making towards people, the community, and how they were helping them out. And a little about me. Um, I'm from New York, recently moved over to Houston. For those guys that are super picky, I'm from Queens, Astoria, Queens, New York. So shout out to, viewers from Astoria, Queens, Woodside. Really appreciate y'all and definitely appreciate y'all for growing my page and my podcast, y'all. What inspired me to focus on helping small businesses is very is much of a no-brainer. I see that majority of the world country and nation runs on small businesses. These big corporations will make big money, but at the end of the day, if we're helping small business owners out and helping them benefit, make money, they're able to put food on the table for, their family, their children. They're able to, take their kids to, baseball, soccer games, or, buy their uniforms. So putting money back into the economy and the community is a big deal for me. And just letting them know what resources are available to them is very important to me, especially because growing up, coming from an immigrant family, we did not know what resources were available to us. So, um, for the next group of people, next generation, I want my community to know what resources are available to them via the, local government, the state, the federal, everything, what they can utilize to maximize, their, opportunity as a business owner. Most common financial challenges business owners face today, oh man, is very like going into debt real quick, using your own money and using your applying for personal loans and stuff like that. As I mentioned, the government is very, lenient. They want to help you out. They want more money in their economy. They want to inject more money into their economy. So they want more business owners. They want to help you out. There's so many resources available. Applying for grants, business loans, lines of credit. There's so many resources available to small business owners that it's ridiculous. There's no point in maxing out your personal credit cards, taking out personal loans when you could protect yourself and take out a loan or a grant from under the business and just, utilizing it to, create capital and shit. This is where they come in and then come to see me. Helping small businesses develop a, solid financial plan is what I specialize in as a financial advisor and as a business consultant. Just helping you, make sure all your roadblocks are covered, you're protecting yourself before you scale your business out to the next level. You have the proper tools and proper things in place like, insurances, um, group benefits, all these other benefits and things that are tax deductible to improve your lines of credit, loans that will improve your, business credit profile. There's so many things out there that has to be, done correctly before you scale out your business. Cash flow management is very key and pivotal when it comes to having a business, especially when most of us start a business, unless you have an angel investor that's giving you millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars so you could, hire your own staff. Most of us small business owners start with us and maybe a couple of family members, and we're managing everything on our own between payroll, accounting, bookkeeping, utilities, all these charges, inventories coming in and out, marketing. So it's very pivotal to know where your money is going in and out, especially when you have a rent to pay, you have overheads that you're responsible for. So knowing how much money is coming in and how much money is going out is very pivotal in starting phases as a business owner. The two most popular financing options out there when as a business owner, when you're starting out your businesses, are business loans and lines of credit. Also, I lied. There's three popular options. There's credit cards, zero interest credit cards, because banks want to help you out. They want to look at your credit worthiness, and they're going to pull your personal credit. They're going to hit you with an inquiry and make sure you have like really good credit history, a good credit score, and you're in good standing with the bureaus. So yes, you gotta, PG. You got to PG on when you're applying for loans, credit cards, and lines of credits. But this will improve your business credit portfolio and show that you have a more diverse credit profile. So the lowest hanging fruit in this situation is applying for credit cards, because those are the first things you'll be able to get to apply for and get approved for, depending on your personal credit profile and if you're in good standing with the credit bureau. So I would suggest, banks are very lenient. They want to help you out. There are credit card programs which are 12 months zero interest, so you don't have to pay back the full amount each and every month. You could use that money and invest it within the business and get a turn profits into it and reinvest that money that the banks provide you with. So the best way to determine a loan for a small business client is just to look at what their priorities are. Are they looking for a lump sum today, here and now, or they're just looking for like, a line of credit that is revolving and they take money as they go and pay it back as they go. So we have to look at, there are a couple of pre-screening questions: the purpose, the use of funds. Do they have a big project coming up and they need that money to pay, purchase inventory, pay their employees, especially if you're like a, contractor, developer, or, real estate investor, where you don't get paid up front, you get paid at the end of a project or end of a, sale. Um, so it depends on what the priority and the use of proceeds go to. So if it's just like a small business owner that wants to borrow a couple of thousands here and there to pay their employees or uh, you know, purchase inventory products for their store, their restaurant, I would suggest going with like a credit card or a line of credit where they don't have to use all the funds immediately, but it's a revolving line, which they come and take as they go, and they could you could dip into that and use that amount towards paying, investing in their business and purchasing inventory or paying their employees. The best way to secure a loan for small business owners is to be on top of your shit. I cannot stress this enough. Being a small business owner, you have to hold yourself accountable. Make sure your payments are all in time, your personal payments, because most of these banks, these lenders are going to review your personal credit profile. And like I said before, you have to, unless, you live on planet Mars or something, there's no way this day and age, whatever, advice these financial gurus are giving out on social media, you have to personally guarantee when you're applying for a small business loan or something like that. So be on top of your shit. Make sure your payments, your rent, your utilities, everything is paid on time. Whatever payments you make, I mean, whatever payments you make via credit card, make sure those payments are, made on time. Don't avoid late payments as much as possible. And I cannot stress this enough on being on top of your shit, so that it'll be easier to qualify for like a business loan product. The most important thing as a small business owner is realizing and recognizing profits. So we have to see if it's a smart decision to scale your business, hire more employees, take out a another loan or line of credit to take the next step, to see if you have the cash flow in order to do that. So there's a lot of analysis and assessment that is that has to be done on both a business consultant and business owner's part, to see if they're able to take that risk on to go to the next step, and create more jobs for the community first and foremost, and create more cash flow for themselves, so that they could use those finances for whatever they deem fit. I've seen so many business owners. I've helped tons of business owners from in my 15, 16 years in my career, where, I literally held their hands from point A, from startup to where they're at now. I can't be happy, and I can't stress this enough, that I've been how much of a role I played in the growth of these businesses. Especially, I saw one of these social media management companies I helped out. They were in the starting phases of their company, where they couldn't even make their payments. They were late, or they were very thin when it came to, like, how much their profits and, payments were going, to the fact where they're flush. They have a full staff of 20, 30, employees, social media designers, specialists, all these kind of stuff now, that, they're running a full-fledged operation from a guy that started this agency in his basement, to now having an office with almost 30 to 50 employees, like I mentioned. And, you know, he created jobs for his community. He was able to, make sure his family was in a better place. His employees were in a better place. So it's like, it's a feel good moment for me, seeing business owners like that, starting with them, struggling, to being able to see them succeed by taking out little loan, a couple of dollars here and there, and using it to, advance and scale their business. Cash flow is very important. As I mentioned earlier, just be on top of your shit. Have If you're at a position where you could hire a bookkeeper or an accountant, I would suggest doing so that they'll know what overhead expenses you have to deal with, how much money is coming in and going out. So those would be very pivotal, like, advice for a small business owner, to, when it comes to dealing with their finances and their business, just to be on top of their own shit, and just holding themselves accountable. As human beings, not everything is unicorns and rainbows. We're always gonna, experience droughts and everything, and that's a part of growth. You have to, roll with the punches, so to speak, basically. As a martial artist, that's what I would say, at least. So, you have to take the good with the bad, you have to take the bad with the good. So, during economic downturns, we all struggle together. We've all been through the pandemic. We've seen how it, you know, affected us economically, professionally, and emotionally, personally. So I would say it's very important to, be very calm, and just keep going, and keep, doing the things that are working, and fixing your habits, correcting your habits, more or less, to say, like, see what habits are working for you, and cut out the bad habits, especially when, like, especially when you're in an economic downturn, experiencing a loss, a recession, or whatever. See what things are working for you and what things aren't, so you can maximize your profits, and cut your losses immediately. As a small business owner, I know the cliche thing is to have at least 6 months of savings for an emergency fund. But when you're going into business for yourself, you're taking you're betting on yourself. You're taking a huge risk, and most business owners do not experience, a profit until, like, 2 years into their business. So you have to be ready for that. I would suggest, having at least 12 months of, savings aside, putting aside, before going into business for yourself, because you're going to experience a lot of, bumps along the way. You're not going to see a profit immediately. So, just being responsible, having enough to cover yourself, your family, for at least 12 months is very key, along with whatever money is coming in from the business. At the end of the day, the money that you're going to experience in the business is going to go right back into the business, because you're not going to be making enough money to, pay yourself, or pay your employees as much as you expect. So I would say, most important thing, having, as a small business owner going into business for themselves, is have at least a year worth of savings. Long-term advice I could give to business owners to, maintain sustainability is, first off, you're going to be a center of influence in the community. You're not only going to business for yourself, you're creating opportunities for other people. Maybe you're hiring a staff, hiring employees that are smarter than you in whatever department that you need them for, accounting, marketing, um, or what have you, legal. So you're hiring specialists in all of these fields. On top of that, you're making an impact within the community. So what I would say, you're not only going into business for yourself, you're being a, local influence, and people know who you are. They know what you specialize in. So it, what I would say is just, being a positive role model towards a community. And that would be the most important thing to, sustainability, and just making the right decisions, not making bad decisions along the way. And as I said, create good habits, not only for yourself, but for your team, and continue building team morale, and keeping your team in a very positive environment, because that's going to, make them work harder and keep them continue to leave them motivated. The way I advise them is talking to a financial and accounting professional. In this case, that's me. So follow me on social media, the BJJ Lender on Instagram and TikTok. I'll be giving out advice. Outside of that, for a shameless plug, I would say you should have long and short term goals. No one knows for sure, not everyone, what their exit strategy and retirement strategy is, especially when you're a business owner. You do not have a 401k. You don't have all these benefits available to you. You have to go out there and sign up for them. So what I would say is teaming up with a really good accountant, really good financial advisor, knowing what's available to you is very important. Like, set yourself up with a, IRA, Roth, traditional SEP, simple IRA, create a pension plan for yourself, open up maybe a brokerage account to minimize your taxes. There's so many strategies out there, open up a health savings account, apply for group health benefits if you have, staff of employees or what have you. So I would say having a good financial advisor, accountant, and a legal team to create a succession plan and a retirement plan for you is very pivotal. And if you are planning on handing your business over to a family member, like, you already know what direction is your business is going, or to a partner, I would suggest having a really good succession plan in place, so you have an easier, like, exit strategy. So I would say look and speak to a financial advisor or an attorney about buy sell agreements and products like that, concepts like that. Working with business owners, small business owners, is such a passion of mine, because I am a small business owner. I own my own business. I have a team. But I'm not talking about myself here. I'm going to be talking about the people I've helped. And it's probably one of the best feelings, seeing them, like, coming to me in the very beginning, in the early phases of their business, just asking me for help, whatever it could be, like, setting up a retirement plan for their team, 401k, IRAs, whatever, group health benefits, or coming to me for a loan. Just seeing them in the beginning phases, mom and pop type of business, starting in their, garage or basement, is very humbling. And it just takes you back to day one. As myself, it just keeps me motivated, and knowing that I'm doing a really good, I provide a purpose towards my community and the people the market that I'm helping out. Just seeing them grow, seeing their family, seeing their team grow, and them being the influence they have in their community. One of the most rewarding aspects for working with small businesses, as a small business owner myself, working with another small business owner, we're wired differently. We're psycho. At the end of the day, we're crazy. What I'd like to say is, me, for a fact, I cannot hold a job if my life depended on it. I'm unemployable, because I think too much. I have too many questions to ask my boss, or, like, some of the strategies that I have may be out of the box and very, very wacky, that, my managers, HR, might question me. But, that's why I like going to work for myself, and working with clients that are also small business owners that are psycho and crazy just like myself is very fun, because we could throw ideas at each other, and I don't see them as a client. I see them as a good friend as well. And at the end of the day, in my 16 years in business, some of these guys have ended up becoming really close friends of mine, because we're just as crazy, and we all want to succeed and push each other to, be better. Not only in our professional lives, but also in our personal lives. We like to see each other grow. And being psycho and being crazy is probably one of the most important parts of that, because you have someone that understands your craziness. When you're going into business and starting your own business, You're betting on yourself to help other people out, help out a community, help out a market that you're, that you want to, sell to or serve. In my case, small business owners. I'm there to help small business owners succeed, or create financial plans for them, or help them out with loans or lines of credits, whatever they're looking for. So at the end of the day, you have to have a purpose when you're going into business, because you're not going into business for yourself. You're going in as a servant leader, and you're serving a community, you're serving a market. So do not get cocky, you know, do not get crazy, stay grounded, stay level, stay humble, have tons of humility. You're not going to be the first business owner that's been in this place and situation starting from scratch, and you won't be the last. Build connections and know that you're here to serve a purpose and serve a market. And do not act like you're your own boss. At the end of the day, like I said, you're there to help other people, and you have a skill and you have a talent or a service that you can provide to other people. As a small business owner, resources or tools that I recommend to improve their financial management is, first and foremost, cash flow, being on top of their, overhead, their expenses. So it always goes back to what's coming in versus what's going out, to see if you're at a green or at a red, if you're even breaking even, and just knowing what's available to you. If you cannot hire an accountant or a bookkeeper, know what, cash management tool, software there is. What I usually say is using QuickBooks. Just know what resources are available to you, and talk to me for a consultation. Follow me on social media. You got my socials. YouTube is Shabito's Way. My Instagram, my TikTok is the BJJ Lender. My website, if you want to go directly to my website, is 42strategicsolutions.com. Or same thing for my Facebook. My Facebook is also 42 Strategic Solutions. So I am all over social media. My face is very pretty. It's not hard to find me. I'm not hiding. I'm all out there. So just hit my line. That's it. Shoot me an email, or, schedule a consultation. I'm right here.